Hi all. Here I will be covering a tutorial on Sqoop. So what Sqoop is and how it works, how you will I will give a brief idea of how we can install it, how we can verify what kind of configuration file we needs to configure in it, the system files and the yarn files and the .xml file, core site files, what you need to do on that. And other thing is how you can import a table, how you can import all the tables from a database. All that we will be covering as part of this tutorial. So without wasting any more time, start we will start with our Sqoop introduction. So the traditional applications management system, that is the interaction of application with relational database using RDMS, is one of the source that generate big data. Such big data generated by RDMS is stored in relational database structure. So basically any relational database which is Oracle, SQL, Server, these are called as relational database, which has a structure which is not unstructured or semi-structured databases. So when database storage such as MapReduce, Hive, HBase, Cassandra, Pig, they come into picture, they require a tool to interact with relational database. That's where the Sqoop comes into picture. Here the Sqoop has its own place in the Hadoop ecosystem, where it is used to import the data from RDMS and export the data to RDMS from HDFS system. So Sqoop is a tool designed. I will in between also read the notes that I have created. So Sqoop is a tool designed to transfer data between Hadoop and relational database service. It is used to import data from relational database such as MySQL, Oracle, Hadoop, HDFS, and export from Hadoop file system to relational database. And it is also like all the other software is provided by Apache Software Foundation. So let's go to the next point, how Sqoop works. So we have a diagram which explain how Hadoop works. We have our RDMS databases, which is like Oracle, DB2, PostgreSQL, MySQL, SQL Server, and there you can import using the Sqoop tool, and then it will convert that into an HDFS file and put it into Hadoop file system, where you can access those files and using HBase or HDFS or commands and all. So, it can also do the vice versa, which basically from Hadoop file system it can export the data and put it back to the RDMS. So we'll go to the what Sqoop import means. So the import tool provides an the import tool import individual table from RDBMS to HDFS. Each row in a table is treated as a record in HDFS. All records are stored in text data in text files or as a binary data in Avro and sequence file. And when you try to export the data, the export tool export a set of file from HDFS back to RDBMS. The file gives an input to Sqoop contained record and which are called as row in tables. Those are the read and pass into set of records and delimited with user defined delimiters. So basically when you are exporting or importing, you can define your delimiters what you want to use. We will cover all those part in the coming slides. Here, I will quickly brush through Sqoop installation. I'm not gonna go much detail into this, but I will just give you an idea, and I will upload this presentation on Medium or other blog sites of mine, where you can get this document and do the installation. So first thing you need to do is verify whether the Java is installed on your machine. If you don't have Java, you can get the Java from the oracle.com and you can install your Java. Once Java is installed, the next thing is you have to apply your current settings on the your bash profiles. Uh, After that, you will have to install your Hadoop. Need to do the Hadoop installation. You can download the Hadoop from the path that is mentioned over here. I will highlight that. We get Apache clients Hadoop common Hadoop. Once you download, you need to set up your Hadoop system, and you all the settings like what is will be the home, what is the MapReduce home, common name, SDFS home. All these variables you need to set into the system. The next thing is while doing the Hadoop configuration, you can find all the Hadoop configuration in Hadoop, your home, basically your Hadoop home location, etc. Hadoop. There, that's where you can file your configuration files. There you need to set up your Java home path. Then there are some editable configuration files of Hadoop like core site XML. What code site XML is? It basically contains information such as port number used by for Hadoop instance, memory allocated to the file system, memory limit for storing the data, and the size of read and write buffer. So you once you open your code site, within the configuration you can set up what is the name of that file, values that is there. Similarly, you need to set up your SDFS site XML, which basically contain information what is the replication factor you are setting. We call it over here as replication data. You need to set up your name node path, data node path. All that you can set up over here in your SDFS site XML. Then comes the yarn site XML file. This file is basically used to configure yarn on into your Hadoop. You can open your and over here you can also put the details within the configuration tabs. Okay, sorry, tag, not tabs. Similarly, you will have a map reduce site XML file. Similar way, you need to configure all these files, and you can then verify whether your Hadoop installation is properly done. So for doing that, you need to set up the name node and use the SDFS name node slash format, and then this will basically show this is the expected result, and you can see. So you can then verify your Hadoop DFS by running the start dfs.sh. You can run your start yarn.sh to verify that your yarn script is properly working and you are able to execute the command. And then you can access your Hadoop using the browser by going to your local host, and generally the port for that is 50070. By default port is that. Okay, now coming to the Sqoop, the main part. So the in Sqoop you can download your Sqoop from the you can download your Sqoop from the Sqoop site, and then you can copy and extract it under user lib Sqoop directory. So here the tarf command is to basically extract your file, and then you can configure your bash rc. You can set up your Sqoop environment by appending the bash rc file, where you can set up your Sqoop home. Once your Sqoop home is set up, you there is a another file like we have seen core site. Sqoop also has their environment file that is Sqoop environment.sh, where you can add it and put your common home, map reduce home. These path you can define it over here. Then you can download and configure your MySQL Java connector, which basically help you in connecting with the databases, and basically this command will be, you can use to extract sorry okay okay uh, going to then you can just go to your verifying Sqoop. You can run your Sqoop version command on the dollar prompt, and you will be able to see that Sqoop installation is completed. Now we will move to the main part of this tutorial, which is how you can import. So Sqoop import is basically the import tool import the individual table from RDBMS to SDFS. So if you don't know what is RDBMS, is any relational database, Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, they are RDBMS, and SDFS is Hadoop file system. So each row in the table is treated as a record in SDFS, and all records are stored in text data in text file or you can also store it in a binary data in Avro and sequence file. So we will take an example of, like, I have three tables over here: employee, employee underscore address, employee underscore contract, which are which can be in any of my database. So here I'm taking an example of MySQL, and this is the data structure of the tables. For employee, you have ID, name, designation, salary, department. Then if you go to the employee address, it has the ID, house number, street, city. Employee contact will have ID, phone number, and email. How we can import a table, that's what we're going to see. So Sqoop tool import is used to import the table data from a table to Hadoop file system as a text file or a binary file. The following command is used to import the employee table from MySQL database server to SJS. So you will have your Sqoop. You define whether you are importing or exporting. You will mention your connection string, which basically defines which database so using a JDBC connection, you can define your connection. You can define your username, password. So you can see a slash dash dash username, and then you can define your username, and then table emp, and dash m is for map reducing. So that basically define, and once you it is that you are importing employee table. If it is executed successfully, you will see this kind of an output. You can verify by going into the place where your table is imported. You can go there and you can run the command hadoop fs cat emp part star. So that basically as part of MapReduce, total how many records were created, all those records will be shown by all the files that were be created over here. So you can see all this command. Now, if you are trying to import into a target directory, so here we can basically, you can see the whole structure of the is same, but what we are other thing we are add a target directory where exactly we are trying to extract import the table to. So here we have the slash query result where we are mentioned as our target directory, and then you can run the Hadoop fs cat command and to this target directory, and you can see that whether it's properly imported or not. If we are trying to import a subset of table data, what we can do is we can define our where conditions. So like any in SQL command where we want to filter out the details, only then like you have a select command, select star from employee, where employee address is, let's